What is going on out there, peeps? Let's get back to Iraq. All right, so we know Al-Qademi was here, and of course he was meeting with all the sharks and the corrupt out there while he was here. There's one of them right here, Bob Menendez, the Democrat from New York. All right, anyways, we're going to get into this here in just a second. I want to remind everybody, you definitely want money outside of the system, and that's gold and silver. So when you go to buy your gold and silver, go check out our friends over here at Money Metals Exchange. The link is down below in the description. If you're a first-time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and get your free half ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. I will return. Well, I know a lot of you wrote letters, so I'm going to go ahead and return, acknowledge them and return, respond is what I'm trying to say. I'll get the words out. You guys know I got this alternative website over here. There's things I could talk about over here that I cannot talk about on this channel. I encourage you guys to go check it out because there's a lot of interesting things over there. Also, you guys know I have over here Pimpy's Investment Chat. It's the same name as the YouTube channel. Over here, when you talk about gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, as well as foreign currency investments, it's free to join. Come on over here. The link is down below in the description. Okay, so there's a lot of good news going on in here and a couple of bad ones, but we'll get through them all. Okay, first of all, this is awesome. Iraq's revenues from oils exports jumped 62% in the first half of 2021. Yeah, buddy. That's what we're talking about right there. All right, and this is despite we're still in partial lockdown and a full lockdown in some places. So you can imagine what would happen if the entire world opened up once people wake up to the fact that this is just a pandemic. Anyways, we get in here, and what do we find out? Yeah, well, not bad. Their revenues jumped up despite the fact there's a decrease in export in oil. Yes. It says Iraq achieved an increase in oil export revenues during the first half of 2021 on an annual basis, despite the decrease in the exports quantities of crude. So the amount that they're sending out has been reduced, but the revenue has increased. Well, that's because the cost of oil was up there. Revenues from oil exports increased according to the statistics prepared by, Mubasher, and viewed by the Economy News. So, what happened? Somo said it jumped by 61.95%. That's not bad at all. So, they went from doing $12.6 billion in dollars to, 33.18 billion in the first half of this year? Yeah, that's kicking butt if you ask me. That is awesome. This is helping them out big time. Don't have to worry about no deficits in the budget. And in addition to that, the budget's being covered. There is additional revenue that's allowing them to invest into the private sector. So that's going on, and that's what we're talking about. We need that to happen so people can get back to work, get jobs, start paying taxes. You know the deal. We talk about it all the time. All this does is secure and strengthen the economy, which is exactly what we want. So, yeah, thank goodness for the price of oil going up, despite the fact that the decrease in the amount of oil going out. So, yeah, that's great news, obviously, for all the right reasons. This helps pay for a lot of projects that they need to get help on. The agriculture announces payments of dues to farmers. Good, pay them for their work, so they're being paid. That's pretty much what this covers. I think they're talking about all of 2019 and part of 2020. Dang. And the third attack, so here's the bad one. The third attack in 24 hours. An explosive targets a coalition convoy in Babylon. Well, I thought Sauder and them were putting a crackdown on people messing around and doing these, attacking the Americans and the coalition forces. Because all that does is if you keep doing that, you're just going to provoke them into stand. So, a security source reported that an explosion device exploded on the Friday on a convoy of trucks carrying logistics equipment for the international coalition led by the United States. So again, here we go. So the other day was some missile attacks that were targeting the Green Zone and the U.S. Embassy, of course. So yeah, they want to do that as we reduce our troops. There's a huge part of me that can't feel like the people that are doing this attacking actually don't want the Americans to leave, to be quite honest with you. I know that sounds crazy, but if you wanted the Americans to leave, why would you do anything to provoke them into looking for an excuse to stay? Do you see what I'm saying? Halabasi brings news from Neneviv regarding the salaries of governance employees saved Good. We need them to get paid as well. That's a good thing. So this is, I'm not too thrilled about this map because you notice this is a worldwide thing. This great reset. The International Monetary Fund expects to play a crucial role in the transformation of digital currency. Yeah, they want a currency that they can control you with. If it's 100% digital, they control your money. You'll do what they tell you to do or else. Get the jab or else. Lose weight or else. Don't talk bad about the government or else. We don't want this kind of control. So the International Monetary Fund is involved with this. Anything that the World Bank, IMF, and BIS is involved in, you don't want no part of it. The same with our Federal Reserve. The document stated that the digital currencies are able to facilitate, speed up payments, and reduce costs. Really? So we'll get a system that's much faster than before, much cheaper than before, but at what cost? You lose your privacy and your freedom because they can keep track of everything you do with your money, and they can dictate where it gets spent, whether you're allowed to or not. So you can imagine what happens. They can just block off an area. If they don't like something and people like it, they can just block it off, saying, nope, you can no longer purchase from there as a punishment to the company or, whatever. There's always all kinds of nifty little things they can do to keep you from using your money. Al-Kazemi's advisor confirms the election date. So it's October 10th. We know this. Withdrawals from normal. So what caught my attention about this, we all know the early elections are coming up, but they went from being early to just a tad bit later, all right? It was supposed to be in June, and they moved it over to October. But here's the one thing that caught my attention. And that is, where is it at? That they're going to use new mechanisms in their security and in their elections. So everything is going to be different than last elections. They're going to use biometrics is what they're going to do. So some kind of form of a thumbprint, eye scan, I don't know. Whatever it is, it has all your information. That's supposed to be 100% secure, but anything that could be programmed or manipulated is not 100% secure. But anyways, that's what they're doing. Iraq is far from the scenario in Lebanon. It has oil and it is of high financial strength. So Lebanon's crashing, of course. Everybody's worried about what's Iraq going to do. But this prime minister, the advisor, just lays that on the line. Look, we have oil. Our oil is the richest kind. You know what I mean? So because of that, they have some type of, income that strengthens. Obviously, it does. If their entire country is 95% financed by oil sales, yeah, I would say they got a pretty good thing going on with oil. But Lebanon has collapsed. The banks are collapsing. That's one of the things that people are talking about. They're worried about. But that's what you're going to see happen. All these excuses for the banks collapsing. This way they're going to say, see, you can't get a bank to get physical money anyways. Therefore, you must go and use our digital coin. They're just going to lie. They're going to force, stores and people to just go 100% digital. We already had that test run. Remember when people were saying, oh, we're out of money? Remember that? You can only use your card. Remember that little test run here in the United States? Yeah, so get ready for that. But no, people are asking whether or not they're going to collapse like in Lebanon. This guy's saying, no, it's not going to happen. That's a good thing. Al-Kademi returns to Iraq. The visit culminates with in laying the foundation for a permanent relationship and partnership with the United States, which we know it's the same conversation. How they can benefit from each other through trade, experience, services, protection, training, all the great stuff that we love to talk about. Oh, this I like a whole lot. So, as compensation for the invasion of Iraq, the United Nations pays $600 million to Kuwait on behalf of course, Iraq. But all that's neither here nor there. Let's get to the most important thing. For the current payment rate, the last installment is expected to be paid within a year. Yep, then they have no more payments going out. That's it. Good. Everything is taken care of. Once that's done, plus our troops are withdrawn, complete sovereignty. Let's keep an eye and see what happens. As long as these people there, misleading people, don't stir crap up. Yeah, I'm looking for then a rate change to happen. And here's what I'm talking about. Look at rockets were launched on residential areas over in the capital of Baghdad. We don't want that kind of stuff to happen, okay? So other than that, I mean, most of it just was Al-Qademi came here and he was visiting with all the corrupt politicians like Mendez. So, you know, that's about it. Other than that, no, this is good. I like this. I like the fact that the revenues jumped up as high as they did. This is awesome. That's what you want to see. I love this right here. Let's keep them oil prices up. Let's continue to have extra money so it can build on private projects and get them done. You know the deal. You know the spiel. Get the Americans out of there. Make your last payment to Kuwait. Get your sovereignty back. Let's change the rate. You guys hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel. And I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.